This is the first section of Chapter 7, and it's I'm calling it Part 1 of the section. We are going to get more in depth with this material later on. Because I went through finding mean, median, and mode on the last two problems of your last assignment. So I went through it on 23 and 25, and that was in section 6.5, I believe. Yep. So because I went through those problems with you through the process of finding the mean, median, and mode, I'm going to skip over most of these problems, but just remember finding, you still have to do them though, so just to clarify, um, to find the mean, you add up the values and divide by the total number of values. So in this one, you'd add up all of these numbers and divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you add them all up, divide by 5. That's the mean. The median, you put them from least to greatest, and then you find the middle number. If there's two numbers in the middle, you take the mean of the middle two numbers. If there is one middle number, like in this one, because there's an odd number of values, there will be a single middle number, and that'll be your median. The mode is the one that occurs the most. So on this one, 67 occurs the most, so that would be your mode. Okay? Some of these might not have a mode, so you just write no mode. If they all occur once, you'd say no mode. Let's say you have some numbers that occur the same amount of times. Well, you can have more than one mode. So you'd write on this one, let me see if there's anything here. Maybe I missed it. So I don't know, let's just say the mode is 0 and 5. You could have more than one mode. I don't know if that's the mode here. I'm just glancing at these numbers. All right, so you're responsible for 1 through 4. Find the mean, median, mode. I'm going to go through number 5 with you. So we are going to deal more with this in part 2 of this section, but just to introduce you to it, number 5, it says a student had taken six tests, and received the scores of 88, 73, 81, 83, 79, and 94. So we're given all 6 tests. The 7th test was coming up, and the student wanted to know what is needed on the 7th test to have a mean test score of 90. Now, if we were doing school in person, I would have gone through a formula with you to figure out what you would need on the final exam to get a certain grade in the course, and it's very similar to what we're going to set up here. Now, of course, we're not going to take a final exam anymore because we're doing online school, but this is applicable, especially in future years of school. You can use a formula very similar to this to figure out what you would need on an upcoming test, like a final. All right, so it says we have these 6 scores, and I'm going to say here it's a mean test score of 90. The mean is 90. So if I were to find a mean between these numbers, I'd have to add them up. Now here's the thing. It's not the mean between the 6 scores. I know all 6 of those scores. I'm going to have a 7th score, and I don't know what I'm going to get on that score. So I'm going to say plus x. I don't know that 7th test score yet, so I just call it a variable, x. Now to find a mean, you add up all your numbers and divide by how many there are. Well, there's 7 test scores, so divide by 7. That's to find the mean. So this is the mean, and it says the mean is 90, so it is 90. The mean is 90, so it equals 90. This is finding the mean. The mean is 90. Now you solve this equation, and you can find x, what you would need on the 7th test score to actually have the mean of 90. So how you solve this, you are going to multiply both sides by your denominator of 7. Multiply both sides by 7. That will cancel out the dividing by 7. 90 times 7 is 630. But I'm not going to rewrite all of these numbers over here, all this addition. I'm going to just add up all those right now. So combine all those like terms. 88 plus 73 plus 81, 83, 79, 94, 498. So if we add up all these numbers here, you get 498. I still have plus x equals 630. And that 630 is from when you multiply 90 and 7. So to solve this, you just have to subtract 498 from both sides. That cancels out here. And I have to move this over here, so this implies x equals 630 minus 498 is 132. And that's what's needed on that 7th test score to have a mean of 90. So hopefully this test is not just out of 100 points, because then there's no way they can get a mean of 90. And if it is, then they know they can't earn that, and then you try to find the next highest grade. Alright, find the 7th test score if their mean test score after they took the 7th test was 86. So now it's just telling us we have a different mean. Instead of 90, we're going for 86. So what we're going to do is the same setup. I could rewrite all of these numbers plus x divided by 7 equals 86 instead of 90. But I already know that all these numbers add up to 498. So I'm going to start in the second row here. 498 plus x is, divided by 7, is now 86. So it's the same setup. I'm just not going to put all this addition because I already know that they add to 498. So at this point, I need to multiply both sides by 7. That will cancel out the dividing by 7. 86 times 7 is 602. So that's 602, right? Yep, and then just subtract 498, and you get 104. So on this one, you need 104 on that last test to get an 86. So again, if this is out of 100 points, that person cannot earn an 86 as their mean. All right, part C, use the score from part B, as well as the scores the student had previously to find these two. All right, so use the score from part B. We're going to use 104 as well as the other 6 scores. So to find a median, you have to put them from least to greatest. So the smallest score on here that I'm seeing is 73. The next highest is 79. And just keep going least to greatest. 81, 83, 88, 94, and the one we just found in part B, 104. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. All right, for the median, you find the one right in the middle. In this case, 83 is my median. And the mode occurs the most. So which one of these numbers occurs the most? Well, 73, 79, 81, 83, 88, 94, 104. None of them occur the most. They all occur once. So there is no mode. All right, so you are going to have to do problems like this in the future in the second part of this section. So I just wanted to expose you to it now. And I very well might just say, look back to this example. So keep this video in the back of your minds as we move forward, but you are responsible for finishing 1 through 4 and also taking down notes on what I have on here.